Hi, I'm Claire and welcome to It's All About the Beef. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really delicious chuck roast steak. It is called Mojo beef and it has got tons of flavor. The first thing we're going to do is make this paste, and I've chopped up 3 jalapenos and 3 garlic cloves, and I just did them in the processor so they're really fine. We're going to end up making a paste that we're going to rub all over these steaks. This is some cumin, it's about a tablespoon. This is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. It's going to give it a glaze and some sweetness to all this heat from the jalapenos. We're also going to add some salt, a tablespoon of that. And I'm going to stir it up a little bit. And we're going to also add the olive oil. That's a tablespoon. And then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of lime juice. And let's see, we're going to need a little bit more. This is a powerful squeezer. We love this thing. Let's see. Let's just do it all. Let's just get all those limes in there and get this mojo beef yummy and juicy. So this beef is something that you cook for a long time in the oven, and we can do it in a crock pot, or you can just leave it in your oven at, I'd say 300 degrees for as long as you can. I mean, overnight is great. You can maybe put it in high or in a hotter oven, and then that way it might be done faster. The longer you cook it, the more tender it's going to be, the juicier it's going to be, and you're going to make this all the time. So now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of orange juice to this paste that we're making. So all the ingredients are right here. So basically I just got everything ready and then I dumped it in this bowl. We're going to stir it up, and I'm going to pour half on this and half on this. And if you have time, let it marinate, but because of the time frame that we're filming this in, we're just going to let it cook, and as it cooks it's going to marinate. It's going to soften up because of all the acid from the juices are really going to help cut this meat and make it so good. So that's it. I'm going to cover it up and then I'm going to put it in my oven and we'll check on it in 6 hours. So it's a fix it and forget it meal. So some of you might know this, some of you might not, but the way to enjoy a jalapeno without too much heat is to take the seeds out and the membrane out. But if you like the heat, go for it. Leave it all in. Our mojo beef has been in the oven for about 3.5 hours. It started in the 450 and then I moved it to the 350. So I would say it was in the 450 just for about 30 minutes to heat it up. And then I put it in the 350 for probably the 3 hours. If you're doing it in a slow cooker, you can turn it on high or you can turn it on low depending on how much time you've got. If you do it in the morning, do it on low. If you come home at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, put it on high and you'll have it ready by 6 or 7 o'clock. So let's take it out of the oven, see what we got. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. So it's not pretty, but it's good. So we're gonna, these are all the bones. The meat really shrunk up because River Road Farm beef has got good healthy fats in it. And when you have fats and things, it shrinks up, puts that flavor into the meat. I'm gonna get rid of the bones and then come back and I'm gonna show you how we prepare it and we shred it up to go into our tacos. Okay, so I'm just gonna take 2 forks and I'm just gonna go through this. And this also allows it to, more surface area is going to get into the juices that were produced by the marinade and by just the beef cooking. See all those juices? And it's so tender. I mean, the bones were ready to come right off, just falling off the bone. And I do this for parties because you can do it ahead of time, and people can really just fix their own. You just have the tacos, the tortillas out, and all the fixings, and people pretty much do the work for you. And we're gonna throw this beautiful green cilantro in there, because who doesn't like cilantro? A lot of people. Stir it up. I'm gonna let it just kind of absorb those juices for a bit. But oh my God, it smells so good. So there are lots of ways to prepare the tortillas. With my aga, I put them in here into a pan, and they just kind of gently warm up. But for most people who don't have an aga, they probably have a microwave, and you can just put them on a plate in the microwave, and probably with like a damp paper towel, and that'll steam them. Some people like them with a little char on them, and if you have a stove that is a gas stove, you can turn it on really low and put the tortilla on top, flip it with tongs, and you're gonna get a nice browning effect. So it depends if you want it steamed and really soft, or if you want it so it's got that char and you just want it to still fold. You don't want it to dry out so you can't fold your delicious meat into it. I also want to say we found these pickled sweet jalapenos down the road at a farm. Oh my gosh, I'm so addicted to these. So I have a feeling he's going to want to put those on there. Okay.
It's just a little appetizer. Little sour cream. Ooh, look at that.
I mean, it's like restaurant, right?
You can put whatever you want on it. You know, you can put on some guac or fresh avocado. The sour cream is great. Beans, whatever, a little salsa, hot sauce. Just simple though. You don't want to overdo it.
You want to pickle
How about those pickled jalapenos, huh? Not overly overstuffed, but.
Of course not. Enough. Watch out, it's all gonna come out the back. Right. How is it? Did I do a good job?
That's delicious.
Yay!
That looks amazing, just like that.
You want me to wake up, but I'm strangled in my sleep.